Hello. So I wanted to make a few comments about the actress Olivia Munn. I came upon her after watching a film that she starred in, and I found her she was quite attractive woman, and she was a good actress. I'd never heard of her before then, so I looked her up and I followed her a bit since. And she's made a big, let's say, a big amount of racism, and she's focusing on anti-Asian racism. And I said at the time, I did a video saying that this was limited in scope and was going to present problems, and I'd like to expand upon that now. So there was an incident of Ronald Green's arrest. I haven't seen Olivia Munn do a post about that. I wonder why. Is it because she doesn't care about black people? Why doesn't she do a video on that? I would make an argument that what he went through was worse than any other Asian that experienced racism of the known events that everyone is talking about went through. There was also Olivia went to, I guess, a group of people went and to see Biden, and they made a new law or tougher penalties for people who commit acts against anti-Asian. Now, Olivia Munn spent a long time patting herself on the back, having achieved this. And then yesterday, a black person tossed an Asian person onto the train, where thankfully they weren't run over, but they suffered some damages physically, and the person was not caught. So one has to ask the question facetiously, where was Olivia Munn? Where was the new law that was supposed to prevent this? Why did this occur? So I'm being facetious, but it makes the point that just because you have another law, we already had a law against this, but you had another law, but an incident still happened. Well, how could this be, Olivia? You patted yourself on the back for getting a new law passed, yet this still happened. How can this be? So I won't go on in this vein. I think I've made the point, as many people before me have. The fact that you have a new law doesn't mean it will stop racism. In parentheses, sadly. I wish there wasn't racism, but there is. And the fact that you got a new law passed and are patting yourself on the back, everyone was congratulating Olivia in her post, saying, "Well done, Olivia, way to go." And they were just going on and on ad nauseum about this. But yet the attacks still occur. Unless we get to the root causes, unless you examine it, nothing will change, right? And nothing has changed. Nothing has changed. So I also haven't seen Olivia Munn do a post about Palestinian people. Why not, Olivia? Don't you care about Palestinian people? Now I'll make the same point that I made in my last video. If we're going to go down this road that Olivia Munn only cares about Asian people, then how do you think blacks will react? Then are they only to care about black people? Are white people only to care about white people? Are Filipino people only supposed to care about their race? Where does it end? If you follow this logic, it ends up back where we started, where everyone only cares about their own race. Is that what we want? Because that is what Olivia Munn with her campaign is doing. You're pitting one race against the other. If you can't see that, you need to take some time and examine why you don't see it. That is what's happening. Right? Do you want Greeks pitted against Armenians and Armenians pitted against Turkish people? If your goal is multiculturalism, This is not the way to go about it. And I would love Olivia to listen to this and then do a post explaining how what she did going to see Biden changed anything, because I don't see that anything changed. Asians are still being discriminated against. One guy was just, I think it was a woman, was thrown in front of a train. I think it was New York. I just listened to the clip. And to me, nothing changed. Okay, so think about this. I don't think I'm being too harsh on Olivia. She's made a big point about patting herself on the back, saying what a great job she's doing. And I think it's wrong-headed what she's doing. But I guess we're all free to agree to disagree. But I hope I've made someone think more about the issue. That's what my hope is.